Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Amateur Eric. For today, I want to show you my collection of autographed DVDs. I would like to start off with my DVD of It's a Wonderful Life that was autographed by Karolyn Grimes, who actually played Zuzu in the movie. I actually met her in the 2015, and she was at Hollywood. Not she was at Hollywood Palm Cinemas, not Hollywood Boulevard. But she was very nice, and of course she signed this along with an ornament that is a bell, but I have that packed away so I can't show you. I asked her what, or how Jimmy Stewart was like in real life, and she said that he was very nice, but she didn't see him that much because she only had filmed a few scenes with him at the end of the film. So, but she also said that she met him at the premiere of the film, and he was very nice, of course, and after that she never saw him again. But that was a real nice experience. And over here at my JFK DVD, I had met Ed Asner at Hollywood Boulevard, where he was actually promoting. No, he wasn't promoting, but he was there because they had a special screening of the movie Elf. And I had him sign this movie because he had a bit part in it. His character was called Guy Bannister, who was actually a real person. So as you can see, he wrote down Ed Asner, aka Guy Bannister. And I asked him, what it was like, filming the scene with him and Jack Lemmon, because in the film they fight. And he said that while they were filming a couple of different takes, Jack Lemmon said that he thought that Ed Asner could be a little more, realistic in the fight. So he actually threw a good punch in Jack Lemmon's face, and Jack Lemmon had gotten he had gotten hurt for real, and Ed Asner felt bad about it. But he said that he knew that he was just acting, and he didn't have any hard feelings, towards him. And also Ed Asner, he was very nice. I met him in 2017, so it was it was 4 years before he had passed away, and he was very nice also. And over here, my Wayne's World DVD, which is actually signed, TC, as in, Tia Carrere, that's how she signs things, and she personalized it with Eric Pardion. I actually met her a month before I met Ed Asner, and she was very nice, and I kind of knew what her experience was on the film, but so I asked her, what it was like filming the movie True Lies, and she actually said that was her favorite film to work on. She said she will always love Wayne's World. She said that it will hold a special place in her heart, but that she had more fun filming True Lies because it was fun, to play a villain. And of course, she got to work with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which of course, that's a once in a lifetime thing. So, yeah. And over here, Batman Returns. And my wife and I had actually met Ve Neill, who did the makeup work on the film, and we met her at Hollywood Boulevard in like 2024 before we had like gotten married actually. So at the time she was my fiance, but she was very nice also, and I had and we were, you know, we her my and my like wife and I, we were, you know, like talking with her for a little bit, and she had said that that, you know, like Tim, you know, like Burton had given her complete creative, you know, like freedom on this film, and I had asked her if like Joel Schumacher had given her the same type of the same type of, you know, like creative freedom, and she said absolutely. So yeah, but she said she had a real she it was real fun, you know, to work on all the films that she has, you know, like been on, but she did say that the like digital effects have been kind of, you know, like taken over the world of movie makeup, but she did say it seems like it's making a like comeback, so hopefully she's right. And over here is my a like Christmas story DVD, and this is where I met Scott Schwartz, who played Flick. And now I have a pretty funny story to like tell you guys about him. I met him in like 2018 in December at Hollywood Boulevard, and I actually had arrived about an hour early. So I actually saw him and the staff members while they were setting everything up, and I have to admit he was a complete, you know, like jerk to the whole people who were working for him and the people who were working at Hollywood Boulevard. And I almost like walked out because I was like, this isn't worth it. And I thought he was gonna be a like jerk, you know, like to me. And it seemed like everybody who was waiting behind me, because I was the first in the line, it seemed like people were really getting sort of, you know, like discouraged with him. And then when the line had opened up, then he did a complete switch. He went from being an asshole, you know, like to everybody, to being completely nice, to the point where I actually laughed. Like he was calling somebody incompetent, and then a second later, when someone said, "Okay, it's time to meet everybody, Mr. Schwartz," he looked me right in the eye and said, "Hi, how are you?" So I couldn't help it. I laughed, but I shook his hand, and he signed this for me. I talked with him for a few minutes, and but I kind of knew the history of a Christmas story already, so I asked him a few questions about the movie, The Toy, that he was in with Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason. And I asked him what they were like. And he said that Richard Pryor was awesome. He said that they had fun, you know, like working on the film. He did say that Jackie Gleason was not the nicest person in the world. Those were his exact words. But he said that he was okay. And I actually laughed when he said that, because it seemed like Scott Schwartz was acting like Jackie Gleason, you know, to everybody who worked there. So, but he was nice with me, so I can't say he was an ass, you know, like to me, just to, you know, it seemed like he was just that way, you know, to the people who worked there. And last but not least, my Nightmare on Elm Street movie that was signed by Robert Englund, who of course played Freddy Krueger. I have to say he was probably the most fun. So I met him in October of 2013 at Hollywood Boulevard, and he acted like, now of course he's a lot older, but I think he was in his late 60s at the time, and he basically acted like a high schooler. He was, whenever a girl walked by, or when they had approached him, he was like, "Ooh, mama." And but he was okay, he was, no, he was more than okay. He was a lot of fun. I asked him, about his experience on the film and all that, and he said that he had a lot of fun. It was, of course, like challenging with the makeup, but but I did ask him also about his like guest appearance on Married with Children, and he said that the environment behind the camera was nothing like what you saw on screen. He said that everybody was very professional, everybody worked hard. They had a few laughs, but for the most part it was highly professional on the set of Married with Children. So yeah. So that's my collection of autographed DVDs. They're not for sale, sorry. I just like showing off what I have. I'll see you guys next time.